only 20 years old, so don't even roast me. And I'm still in uni. He was well over 20, I'm telling you. With that beard, you were well over 20, my king. But I still love you, though. I still love Chris Evans. I still love Chris Evans. Lucy needs risks. And that man is not willing to take a risk. He's set on his plan, and he thinks it's gonna work. He thinks that what he has positioned for himself is gonna work for him in the long run. Buddy, you are waiting tables at a wedding and you see your ex flirting with the richest man on the block. I think if that's not a reality check, I don't know what is. Not to say that waiting tables is not a good job, but in this movie, everything's fake. So like, get over it. This is not a good job. It's not a good job for him and for the person he wants to be with. If he wants to provide for this girl and be with this girl as much as he looks like he wants to, like you can really see it in his eyes that they love each other, but it's just these things that they can't get over. John needs reassurance. He needs reassurance that his plans are good, that everything will be fine in the future. That's not your girl, Lucy. She's not a reassurance babe. She's a realist. She's like, no, we're actually broke. Actually, you're broke. And I know that I can find somebody better. So that's why they ended. When they showed the flashback of Lucy and John arguing, I was just like, yikes. But then when they were like sharing a smoke, oh my God, no. Let me talk about that entire interaction when she saw him and when they went and smoked. Because that was cute as fuck. And I literally lived for that. I was just like, oh. And then I saw the flashback and I was like, ooh, yikes. There's a lot of unresolved shit here. When he saw her at the party, he literally completely ignored Mr. Pedro Pascal. He was just like, hey, girl. And she was like, hey. She literally stood up and she was like, Because they genuinely love each other. They genuinely love each other, but there's just the material things that are getting in their way, in his way. When they were having a cigarette, you can like, the way that it was filmed, you can like feel the love. You can feel like how much they wanted to be close to each other. And even like the scene panning out, you can see how close they eventually got to each other while smoking the cigarette, because they started off far apart and now they were like close. They've never really been able to fully explore that because of their issues, the issues that they both have right now. Even when they connect later in the movie, there's love. Like I said, sure, but it's bittersweet. John never quite steps up. He's tender, yes, but passive. He never really lets her know that he's all in. He sees the evolved Lucy and thinks, wow, she doesn't need me anymore. And he's right. He's right. But that love, still in his eyes. The problem, he's waiting for her to say something. He's waiting for her to be like, I still love you. Seeing her with another guy, seeing her focused on other people, he doesn't feel that reassurance that he's searching for, he's been looking for since they were together. And it seems like they keep up with each other, even if they're not dating or like messing around. They have that love for each other enough to be friends with benefits. Friends with benefits, yes. There's a lot to unpack there. He's just waiting for her to choose him. Just like him to be waiting, honestly, because he's never on to the next move. He's always stuck in the past and never really works on the future. And our girl is done waiting for men to lead. She's finished with that. She's like, if you don't show me right here, right now, I'm gone. I'm gone. The perfect guy with a secret scar, scandalous, right? A scar that just couldn't be shared. He could not tell the truth about this scar and he was so insecure about it. I would be too if I got a surgery to be taller. What? Are you literally joking me? Tore your ACL, broke your kneecaps just to gain a couple inches. Come on. What are we doing? And I know for a fact that people have done this because I've seen it all over TikTok. Not all over TikTok. Every now and then I've seen it on TikTok. What are we doing? Like, it's always gonna be somebody for you. And I know that that's hard to list here, but that's the truth. I even had to convince myself of that because truly, it's rough out here. Dating is rough out here. People just have way too many standards, and unfortunately, being tall is one of those standards. He just went the whole 9 because he could afford it. He got it like that, like family business and stuff. He's way too insecure to share. Sounds like every celebrity that has gotten plastic surgery or anything done. Y'all should just talk about it because it actually isn't that serious. Let's talk Harry. Rich, handsome, sexy. He is the fantasy until he's not. Sorry, it's raining outside, so if you hear extra noise from outside, it's the rain, and plus I live in a townhouse, so there will be cars passing. Harry tries to be the perfect man, and when Lucy starts noticing the cracks, the lies, the insecurity, the mystery scar, we realize he's performing. They're putting on a show just so they can be favored and liked by audiences. It's only because we live in such a materialistic society that we value items over actual human worth, which is redonkulous. That's just how the world is. Like, honestly, like, I'm not gonna say like I'm the least materialistic person ever. I'm not. That's why I have a Hello Kitty microphone. Nobody needs this. I mean, I didn't want it, but my friend got it for me for my birthday, and I was really grateful because I was just like, you know, I love Hello Kitty, and you know I would purchase anything Hello Kitty. So Harry, he's not confident. He just has money and thinks that's enough. Money's not the answer, and it will never be the point. Anything with money should just not involve your heart. Your heart should not be put into money. Your heart should not be full of greed, is what I'll say. Lucy wasn't in love with him. She was in love with the idea of him, what he can give her, and Harry knew it. That's why she was always asking these questions about how he makes his money, how much his apartment cost, how much was this, how much was that, like, let's go on a trip. You're not crashing out. You just need to go on a trip. And your man can get you that trip. So just go. Which is not the answer to your problems, guys. Like, I mean, it could be, but it shouldn't be. Yeah, he knew it. He knew that all she was really envisioning with him was the things he could give her. That's why he got so comfortable when she said he was perfect, because that's all he's wanted to be. That's all he tries to be. He uses his money to be that perfect, the perfect man. Because he knows he's not. Because he knows that his value can be put just in money. That's why he hasn't tried to fully invest his time into these relationships. Like, all he can do is impress, go on nice dates, show them the world, ask every surface level question he can, and never really tried to like be fully invested in somebody. And that's why at the end, when they have that little moment, he's like, I don't know if I can be in love. I don't know if I've ever been in love. I don't know if I can be that vulnerable with somebody and just share all of me. That's why he never talked about his height adjustment. He was buying love, and Lucy, she was falling for the package. Final thoughts on this movie. This was like a long depiction. I only like got into the 3 characters and like small parts of the movies that matter to me, because I'm not a movie critic. I don't like do all of that. I appreciated this movie for what it was because I love a good romance movie. These are my final thoughts on The Materialist, a feel-good movie with more to say. Here's the thing. The Materialist is marketed as a feel-good film, and it does feel good. But walking out of the theater, you're like, wait, that's it? there isn't more. Like, you don't feel connected really to any of the characters except the main one. And I kind of was connected to John just a little bit because Chris Evans, and I just really liked his and her relationship throughout the movie. I didn't really care for Harry. And then there was also other parts of the movie that were like really jarring, but I don't think I want to get into the nitty-gritty of that yet, but maybe I should one day. Let me know. There were moments that almost reached greatness but didn't. The flashbacks were too short, the character backstories too thin. A little more juice, a little more sauce, so that we can be like fully invested. It was not lighthearted. There was some serious topics in there, but in the sense, it made you feel good. We needed more of Lucy and John's past. We needed more of Lucy and John's past. More tension, more why, more reasons as to everything in their relationship, their dynamic. We just needed a little more of a deep dive into that aspect of the movie. And I feel like everyone could agree, honestly. It reminded me of those early 2000s rom-coms. Glowy, charming, flawed in the best ways, but just lacked a little more substance. I just want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think of Lucy? Like, is she a material girl? Material girl! Is Lucy a material girl in a material world, or just a woman trying to protect her peace? What a dilemma. Was Harry too fake? John too boring? Or did Pedro Pascal's character deserve more screen time? I don't think he deserved any screen time. But y'all tell me what you guys think. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you guys want to hear from me next. In Esther's Corner, we're always ready to deep dive or talk about what's happening in our world. And I love movies, I love music, and I love a little bit of history, culture, and pop culture. So I'm always down to chat about anything, honestly. And one day I'll have a guest. Maybe Dakota Johnson, Binky? I really did like that movie, and it was what it was. I could watch it again. Anyways, I love you, and I'm so happy that you watched Esther's Corner today. I hope that my video was good and it made you laugh a little bit, because I think I'm a funny person. I might not be. Yeah, thank you guys so much, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.